Hi guys, good evening and welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host Eddie, and in tonight's video I'll be discussing what I thought of the latest episode of the post-apocalyptic limited series event, The Stand, which had a new episode drop today on CBS All Access. I just got done watching it, liked it very much as I normally do. Before I go on, of course, please be warned this is a spoiler-filled episode review, so if you're not caught up on The Stand by this episode or previous episodes, do not keep watching or listening as I will be discussing spoilers. That being said, you have been warned. So, right off the bat, again, a pretty faithful adaptation or in terms of similarity to the original miniseries. They did change a few things around, like Franny inviting Harold over so Larry could go check his place out to see if he was up to something. That was not in the original miniseries. I don't know if that was in the novel or not. It might have been, but it was an interesting change for me at least. I did like the fact that they showed Nadine attempting to make some kind of attempt or effort to save herself from Randall Flagg and not become his destined bride, like virgin bride or whatever, because, she wouldn't be able to be that if someone had slept with her, which is why she went to Larry, because she traveled on the road with him all that time and he knows her really well. It makes sense that she goes to him, but, he was a gentleman and turned her away. It's like, I want you, but I don't want you like this. So at least she tried. But, Destiny seems to have other plans for her, dark plans. I also love the fact that this episode spent so much time showing us Randall Flagg's world. Like, the first several episodes, we have seen a majority of it spent during the apocalypse after the virus wipes out most of the world. And we've seen most of the population of the Boulder Free Zone where all of our main characters live and thrive. And this episode was spent a lot of time in Las Vegas, or New Vegas, as Flagg is calling it. And that showed us how their population is thriving and how they're doing their very wild, very kinky things. But it showed us how basically the other half was living. We see the half that's following Mother Abigail, and there's the half following Randall Flagg, just like the original source material wrote it out. So it was great to see how Randall Flagg's world thrives and conducts itself on a regular basis. And hats off to that brave and poor, ill-fated Dana for trying to take out Flagg when she did. Not surprised at all that didn't kill him. It was very similar to the original miniseries. The same character tried to do something similar when Flagg confronted her, demanded that she tell him who the third spy was. And, of course, she wouldn't, and she tried to kill him, but it didn't work to no avail because he's basically the devil or the embodiment of evil, and then she takes her own life. In the original miniseries, Flagg's reaction, in my opinion, was a lot better and a lot stronger because he's so angry and frustrated that she took her own life before he could get the answers he needed out of her. In this miniseries, after she kills herself, he kind of throws his hands up and he's like, just visually frustrated, which was fine, but I would have preferred seeing him a bit more angry or riled up because this guy has always been pretty calm and cool and collected, but, he can get pretty angry too. So hopefully we'll get to see that as the show goes on. I love seeing how decadent and crazed Lloyd had become since we last saw him in the prison cell where Flagg first found him and recruited him. It makes sense to make Lloyd and Julie Lawry a pair because, they're both pretty crazy, decadent people. They didn't have this kind of relationship in the original miniseries. I wonder if this is something that's taken from the novel or they just did for this show. Either way, I liked it and it made a lot of sense to me. Again, pretty faithful adaptation. And there was a new creepy element added where Harold added one of those nanny spy cam teddy bears and, of course, Franny's bedroom to watch her and Stu do it, which was creepy and gross. But, man, that guy playing Harold Lauder is killing it. Like that super creepy, sinister smile he does as the episode closes out. That was awesome. And Mother Abigail has now left, which, again, not too surprising, saw that coming. But I do not remember the wolf bit in the original miniseries. I don't think that was there. Maybe that's taken from the novel. I do love how this episode closed out with the song Don't Fear the Reaper by Blue Oyster Cult playing, because that is the exact same song that opened the original miniseries with all those years ago. And it was a great way to kick off that particular miniseries, because it was very